Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Six man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Check 37, check 37.
Here's Jackson from the downhill throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Ready, 52, Mike 52. Don't let it free. Don't let it free. Play it tight deep. Don't let it free. Check 31, check 31. Come on. Check 24, check 24.
On first down, it's Ingram. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Ready. To the base. Keep coming, Mike. The ball, team, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Go. 22, Mike, 22. Kill. Turn it up. Kill, turn it up.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
But for a running back, that kind of encompasses everything right there. Terrific run, but he almost gets it to the end zone. Remember, almost. Didn't quite get there. Most running backs I know, they don't want to come out of the game now. They're screaming to the bench, call it again. I want to get into the end zone.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Here we go. Hey, 15 running, 15 running. Go. You got ball. You got tight. You got tight right there. Shoot up, 55. Go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. To throw on 3rd down, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
First down.
Ready. Get these hands. Let's get in. 55. You better bring it. Back 55. 55. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Christian Kirksey. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Jackson now. It's caught by Mark Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. He scored on the ground and through the air as the Ravens push further out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 39-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check right, check right. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Here's Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Check, pick your 5, Mike. Check back, check back. Hey, alert 3. Check 24. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey,
on first down, it's Ingram. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
okay, baby, I see you.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Quick edge. Go. Slow. Watch safety. Safety's gripping. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Check. Joker.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
You. Jim. To the left. Mike 51. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Hey, Mike 51.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Coming this way. Here we go. Fresno. Go, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey. Let's calm the crowd. Watch QB drop. He's crashing. He's checking crack. Check nickel. Check crunch.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll rifle this one, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Let's go. Hey, come on. 51. No chance. Go. Take it. Whip. Watch the whip. Check it out, please. Switch. Undercross.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll let it go deep. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
25, check 25, check 25. Go. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, hey, hey.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Pistol. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Run. What you got? Alert. Regular. Slam.
Throwing, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Let's go now. 52, check 52, come on. Let's go, go. Let's go, defense. Here we go. He's checking, he's checking, he's heavy. Check three.
Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's Jackson on third and long. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
Let's get it.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Beckham, the return. Yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns will take over first and 10. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. And that one is now a 2-touchdown lead for the Packers. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Mayfield looks to throw. They'll find Tanner. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Alert, 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 alert. Real.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hurry. You got motion man. You got motion man right there. Pilot, 64, weak. Pistol.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 21. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mike 51. Let's make Hey, alert! Hey, alert! Done.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Mike 51.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield, that's out to Chubb, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try again with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Jackson to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
That's it, baby. We go
first. Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Let's go, baby.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Pistol. Kill. Regular. Kill. Turn up.
The first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check 4. Check 15. Check 15. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Hey, turn it up. Turn it up. Zip it. Check 13.
This is Ingram. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and that changes everything here in OT. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. This pass into the arms of Snead. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Baltimore, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.